Unbelievable. 13 seconds left. Jordan left side.
I practice as if I'm playing in a game. So when the moment comes in the game, it's not new to me. That's the beauty of the game of basketball. That's the reason why you practice. That's the effort. So when you get to that moment, you don't have to think. Instinctively, things happen.
Jordan a drive. Hangs, fires, yes! The Bulls lead 87-86.
Michael Jordan with 45 points.
You know, I think it was a very defining moment of what my career was in Chicago.
The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Hey guys, welcome to Learn Game Podcast with Bola,
Abiru,
and Ogen.
We hope you guys stay tuned and keep listening to us every week.
The game shall be learned,
either willingly or by force.
Jeez.
All right. Is everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay. We'll start by doing this. Rate the last dance. Just straight up. Everyone just rate it.
You're not going to say welcome.
Oh, do I need to do all of that? Oh, sorry. Okay. Welcome everyone to the episode. I don't know what episode. I don't know what number this is, but it's one of them that I'm in. This is our last dance review.
This is why we don't let you open.
This is why.
This is why we don't let you open.
This is why it's organic. Welcome everyone to our last dance review with 3 of our trusted friends, 1 hater, and 2 very informed people. You'll find out as we speak about who the hater is. So, it's the normal 3 of us, and man, I get it right. That's one of the best dunks I've seen, but I'll let these 5 other people give you their own quick take on it. So, Bola, would you care to do us justice first?
Oh, good. I feel like you guys should just introduce yourselves. And in fact, don't tell us anything about yourselves. Justina and Goz, you guys are here based on our super fan episode. So, hold on to you guys. Anyone that hasn't watched that should go to our YouTube channel and just give it a watch. It was actually quite entertaining. And Olaolu is here
because he's a
meant us to be here. So that's actually why I said.
It's the whole gender time.
That's why. We decided, you know what? So we're feeling kind of
How do I give the boy a shout out?
Yes, I think you guys don't have representation. That's why I'm here. You guys don't have representation. That's just the truth, man.
Fair enough.
Representation of Celtics? No, we don't want that.
Not even Celtics, man. Today we ride for LeBron. That's all. But let's talk about last dance.
I guess you can start. Just introduce yourself.
Yeah, just introduce yourself.
Think about yourself.
My name is Olaolu. I live in Chicago right now, from Lagos. Celtics fan. Celtics fan in Niger. But it's cool.
I said one thing. I started giving me your life story, but it's found.
I'm promoting my brand.
Everyone, I'm Justina, and yeah, that's it.
Money, $J.
You know the vibes.
This is the reigning runner-up for playing games super fan.
Yeah, she came second, didn't she?
Great
job.
God.
From behind.
That's it.
What the streets know you as. You said that's it. What's your Twitter handle? That's it as it.
You said that's always it.
Handle.
What's the Twitter handle now? I actually don't remember as well, but it's one of the latest Twitter handles. One of the latest Twitters. What now? Ask the man.
I think before we get into Last Dance fully, I think just kind of touch on everything that's been happening, what's going on in the world. I mean, difficult times, and two of you are in America right now. How are you guys feeling about that? So how do you guys feel? Olaolu and Goz, you guys are in America right now, so how do you
Oh yeah, just see
Like,
that.
anyone of you
Hey,
guys
buddy.
I can't lie to you. This
Funny save.
really counted the nicest place in the world, apart.
I said, that money might as well be with us.
We'll get to you, don't worry. Olaolu, let's start with you. How are you feeling about everything?
This week has been very, very numbing, man. I can't lie to you. Like, it's just I've just been quiet and I've just been mixed. I mean, I've tried to do the best I can. I donated to the Minneapolis fund just to kind of bail out protesters. I mean, I wish I could protest in Chicago, but then my passport is set up. If they carry me, they'll throw me back.
Nice job.
So like, yeah. So like, I mean, like, I can't lie to you. I've been a bit mixed. Looking at everything going on, it's been very, very. I'm sure you guys. You guys are my friends. So I tell you guys this all the time. Like, I mean, I live in the south side of Chicago. So like, when police are even like around, I go the other way. I go the longer way and all this stuff. Like, because like, they don't care. Anything can happen to you, man. You don't have to be doing anything bad. Like, when they padlock you, the way the media portrays it, they'll dig up something about you. So trust me, like, I totally empathize with everybody going through this. Like, it's an everybody thing. It's not just an African American thing. If you're black, you're going through it. And I feel like even like white people should definitely protest about it too. Not just when you're in work, when you're at work or when you're at school, that they think that okay, you're on par with us. It's for everybody, because like this is equality, this is a humanity thing. So I mean, I'm just watching. I'm trying to do the best I can with like the little finances I have, and I mean, it's just numbing, man. Just numbing.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't put it in words. It's just very uncomfortable. I don't know. This whole year in general, like, it's just bad news after bad news. So it just seems it's repetitive. It's like shit hasn't really changed since I've been in this country. So, and for a couple of years as well. I don't know. I can't really put it in words, man. It just sucks.
Okay. Say something.
Give us your view from like way up there.
This whole year has just been weird, and I don't know, it's just been weird.
I agree with all of you. And looking from outside, looking in, just, bro, it's overwhelming. And even in Nigeria, like, there's shit happening here as well. I don't know. The crowd that was raped by like 11 guys or something. It's
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that just scared me,
As you go down your TL, you just be seeing different things.
But I deleted Twitter. I couldn't do it. I deleted that shit.
I can't catch a break.
I'm thinking of chilling for a while, just chilling.
But I deleted it. I was like, I can't just be scrolling.
I freed social media a bit, man. There's no positivity, nothing. It's just
it's meant to be an escape, but it's not an escape. That's the problem.
Gas boost every day, man. It's crazy. Like, for real.
Meant to be an escape, but not an escape.
I mean, hopefully for guys listening and for guys watching, we'll be able to give you an escape for life.
I swear, hopefully by the time you're hearing this, everyone's in a better headspace. That's why I just hope. Like, because right now, it's not really easy.
We don't have a lot enough about LeBron's whole history, but we'll see. So again, take us away.
So this is where I come in. Oh, so you see that beginning part, people. I don't know if I meant to say this on video, but Abiru, you edit that out, right? You edit that out, right? Like my whole Mondo jumbo part.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
I'll do something. I don't know. It depends on how
I'm not this nigga. See, I can make mistakes. I know this nigga got my back. Alright. Hello, everyone. So, we all watch. Oh, man, I spent 10 hours watching that thing. I can't even, like, when I deep it, I'm like, raw. That was actually, there's like one movie each. That may be the only movie I watched. So, lockdown. Can't lie. But everyone here has their opinion. I know some of your opinions. I don't know some of your other opinions. So if everyone can just summarize in like, I don't know, less than 30 seconds, what they thought about it out of 10 and just how they feel about Michael Jordan passing the Bulls. Just a quick summary. I'll go as it goes on my screen. So I'll go to you, Bola, first. Go on.
Question.
Great.
If I was to rate it, bro, 10 over 10, I can't lie. Like, like literally, I was watching every Monday, and like, I'll find myself on Sunday getting excited about shit. Last dance is coming out. Like, calm. Like, I know I work the next day, but still, I'm like, no, last dance, at least something good. But yeah, 10 over 10, and to be fair, it didn't really change anything for me about MJ because I already knew all that. And looking at it and seeing his mentality and seeing everything else, I was just like, bruh. Or like, I had MJ as good before then. I still have him as good now. So it didn't really do anything for me. But it was really entertaining and it was a very good watch. So yeah, 10 over 10.
Olaolu.
Yeah, man. That's cool. I mean, it was good.
Yes, that's cool.
I mean,
I told you because everybody will find out what the hater is. Go on.
I'm not a hater, man. I give it a good 8.5. It was a good source of escape. I try to look forward to it every Monday because it was cool. But like I think personally for me, I think it gave me the appreciation for the Bulls organization. I feel like I was a baby when most of everything happened now. So like you just knew from like maybe highlights and stuff. And highlights kind of skew things. So it gave me that kind of appreciation for the Bulls organization, Phil Jackson as a coach, and like even the peripheral players. Like even like there were just moments that like if some things didn't happen, I think it would have either gone to Game 7 or it would have been a different story. So that's the reason why I gave it 8. I don't know the reason why I give it 8.5 too is that I think there was a little bit of bias there. Outside the dock, there were just some things that like, even his teammates are calling him out on it. And I just feel like I don't think it was a holistic view. I don't think it was a holistic opinion. I feel like it was just, okay, let's cement. And the title of it was The Last Dance for the whole team. But in reality, it was kind of just cement Jordan's legacy. So that's the reason why I give it 8.5. It wasn't just like, about the team fully. Yeah.
The title of it was Last Dance for MJ. That was an MJ dog. It wasn't for...
How an MJ dog, bro? I don't just apply MJ.
They should have. They might have not done that, but they didn't. They said it was like for the Bulls last year. We're talking about the Bulls legacy in the final.
Didn't they shine light on like a lot of teammates as well?
No, that's the thing. Yeah, they did. They did that, but at the same time, there's some things that were skewed.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, the accuracy and stuff was somehow.
Don't worry, I agree on Olaolu a lot of stuff, but just go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'd give it like an 8. An 8. Really. At first, I was really enjoying it, then I was just gasped. But after a while, I realized that, this is pretty biased. It was like, I think things were conveniently left out. So it doesn't go with like the Jordan being the greatest narrative. But all in all, it was pretty good. Like, obviously, maybe I was on the fence about Jordan being good before, but like just watching everything in depth and everything, I think it's undoubtedly good. So I think it was good for what it was, just to like stamp Jordan as you go and remind everyone how good he was. But it was definitely biased.
Justina, J Money.
Oh, okay, so I give it a 10 over 10 because it was kind of entertaining to see like what Michael Jordan was like in that era, and it was the only like live basketball-ish entertainment that I was getting. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
the bad man, the king. Go ahead. You're the last person. Finish it off for us. Let's see.
I'll give it a 9 because I did enjoy seeing like key elements of Jordan's greatness. I always knew it was like he stood to go. I always knew it was good, but to see how competitive it was and to see like the things he was willing to do to win, I like seeing that. But the reason I won't give it a 10 is like what Olaolu was saying. I do agree that it was biased. Like basically, for this thing to be made, Michael Jordan needs to sign off on it. So if he's not going to sign off on something that's going to make him look, So I think that is clearly shown in some parts of the dog. But overall, it was good, and it was a very good idea to bring it out during this period.
Okay, I'll give mine quick. Go ahead, Bola.
So I feel like, what did you guys expect when we were about to watch the doc? Because the doc is like a YouTube compilation, kind of going to be biased for the person they're doing the doc for.
I'll say this.
I knew that. I wasn't when I started seeing stuff too. There was nothing there with me. I was like, yeah, it's supposed to be.
I also say this, like, okay, if you guys watch like the 30 for 30 for Bird versus Magic, right? They said some fucked up shit that Celtics did. Like, when the Lakers came to the Garden, TD Garden, and like, turned off the heater, and these guys were like freezing cold. That kind of wild shit, like flagrant shit that, like, as a Celtics fan, like, that's wild. Even I'm a Celtics fan. But like, they still showed everything like holistically. Like, they didn't just like, all right, let's just edit this shit out because it's not going to make everything look good. That's all I'm saying. Like, as a documentary, I feel like it's not meant to just be a YouTube or highlight compilation. It's meant to be like good and bad, the full spectrum.
They did put some bad things in though. I was about to say that. They put some bad things.
Yeah. There weren't that many bad things about MJ himself though.
I mean, the bad things, we already knew them. It's not as if it was like...
They should have broken down when they gambling when they came back. Stuff like that. I wanted to see that more.
They glossed over some things, personally.
Like, when the Magic time money.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, show me that shit. It is what it is.
I would say I agree with Goz. I'll give you an 8. Cinematically, best doc I've ever seen. But yeah, the hoes MJ, the hoes MJ, I just put it that way. I mean, so okay, let's just do it. I just need everyone to answer. Don't elaborate. Do not give me essay. It's MJ to go, Bola. Olaolu.
No.
Yeah, he is. He is. Yeah.
He is.
Abiru?
Yeah.
I told you we'll find out. I told you niggas will find out.
Yeah, I told you we need diversity.
I love it. I love it.
Wait, Olaolu, why did you say he isn't?
Yeah, so I think personally, on my own part, like, I think there's like a bit of nostalgia bias for some people. Like, a lot of times people that like on our media and everything, they're arguing about him like every day. Their peak time in basketball, just because of like that favoritism, was the 90s. So, and like, if you look at it, another reason why I personally think, okay, my GOAT is LeBron. But the reason why is just because of people that MJ matched up against from 91 to 98. He only matched up against Max, 2 All-Stars, 2 Hall of Famers, Max. I've watched all the games, like all the games highlights, all their Hall of Famers, what they've done. I can break it down for you, but I don't want to talk too much. But LeBron has matched up against tougher people. I think if we put...
Hall of Famers, sorry. Like in his career.
Every team he played against in the finals, there was only Max 2 Hall of Famers.
No, LeBron has faced tougher people. Yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying that like the argument that you guys used to define MJ, like LeBron's dominance from when he first came into the league to now, I think is unprecedented. Like in the instance that when you used to define MJ, you guys say 6-0, but people he faced in that 6-0, if he came to LeBron's year and he faced the team that they were giving to him against the Spurs, Popovich Spurs or Golden State, I don't know if it'd be 6-0. That's my own opinion.
But there were a lot of years where LeBron was in the East and East. Jeff Teague and Co were coming first. I'll hope for Jeff Teague and Wells is your big three, and you're coming first in the East. Bro, it's not competitive. You're obviously going to keep getting.
Not about coming first in the East. There is not. It wasn't every year that Jordan came first in the East too.
Yeah, no. But what I'm saying is, he his path to the finals was always easy. It's now about getting to the finals. Getting to the finals was a given.
We will get to this. We will get to this, people. Don't worry.
I see.
If you niggas want to ask this question, want me to go ahead and ask this question now, I will. But I think we should lead the people on. I think we should get there. So another thing we need to ask, like, okay, everyone needs to tell me this. Did you feel at the end of watching Last Dance, did you feel MJ was a superhero, or do you think MJ was a bad guy? Was MJ the superhero, or MJ was the villain? I want you to think about that because it's going to lead into other stuff. So go ahead. You can't say both. You went in there with an idea of that man. Did that idea?
Or you can measure, like, was it more good than bad? Then you decide, okay, it's still.
Yeah. Did you come out feeling him?
I got to know more bad things about him, to be fair. I didn't know how much of it he actually was, just teammate. But at the same time, I feel like without that, most of his teammates, but like someone like Steve Kerr, like whenever people talk about Steve Kerr, you think Steve Kerr was some sort of baller, like, oh my days. Steve Kerr was an average guy.
Was a bomb.
An average, huh?
I think that was a bomb.
It wasn't
average at best.
The good role.
I'm sorry.
It was actually a bomb.
I'm sorry. Like, Steve Kerr had 3 good years when he won championships. That's it.
It was Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr is our cover of the 90s.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, does his job.
Like,
and fine. I feel like without the whole supervillain thing, a lot of his teammates would have probably not been.
And it's also really weird how we remember Steve Kerr. Oh, don't remember John Baxton.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just because John Baxton was the earlier one.
Yeah, because Paxson was 1990.
Yeah, he was the earlier one.
Like the second ball are seen as the better one than the first one.
Yeah, 72 and 10. 72 and 10 and they won the championship. Can't really argue with that, can you? Olaolu, go. I already know Olaolu's answer. Do I really need to be asking this nigga these questions?
Actually, when I watched the doc, I mean, the doc made him look like a superhero to me, man. I appreciated him more. Like, it's why, like, cause, like, I mean, I got to work because I'm not going to talk too much. Just hero.
And just you understand?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Goz, go ahead.
I thought he was. I felt like it was a superhero. Just how driven the guy was, like, that was just very impressive. Like, he wasn't always, like, from college. He wasn't always the best. Like, I remember there was that film of I think it was James Worthy, and he was like, I was better than this guy in college for like the first couple. So I was very impressed. But can we swear on this?
Hell yeah, nigga.
Oh yeah, but he's definitely an asshole. Like that, like.
You can say, can we swear on this?
Yeah, he's definitely an asshole. That, like, I found out more. Like, I knew he was like a jerk, I guess, and everything, but like.
We call him a bully.
Definitely a bully. It worked. I mean, it worked. But it's definitely a bully.
Don't worry, everybody here is going to answer personal questions. Justina, Abiru, give us your take.
Yeah, it was a superhero.
Superhero to you?
Yeah.
Just last minute. I love the energy. Go on, Abiru, talk to somebody.
I'm here.
Superhero and villain. Superhero and villain.
I thought it was a superhero. Like God said, I really saw him as a jerk. Like, I feel like there are not a lot of people, like, he wouldn't be able to do that to the stuff that he did. He wouldn't be able to do that to like an all-star caliber player. It's always going to be like lower players, because those players would be like, I don't think they'll go with his methods. So I thought that part was bad, but stuff that he did, the dedication he had, how much work he put into it, all the championships he won, superhero, man.
I like what Abiru said, because if you notice, he was never really as hard on
no.
Look at Rodman. He let Rodman.
You pick and choose who you pick your fights with now.
There was literally the bombs that he was always picking on. Like the other guys, he was just letting them do what they wanted. Like, as long as I know you can ball, then the guys that slack.
I guess he knew what Scotty and Rodman were made of. Like he said, remember, when he came back. Yeah, when he came back, like he said it now. He said that all these guys are riding up the wave that we won the championship when yet. Like the only people I trust are Scotty because he's been here from jump, and then Rodman because he's actually been to the finals and he's actually played against him. So he had to test those guys out. Okay, now the question is, we all know his antics from telling Horace Grant, from taking that nigga food, which I thought was mad disrespectful, and Horace said he literally stepped to the man. To punching Steve Kerr, to going at that Mr. Nice Guy, I've forgotten his name. Someone remind me. The role player, where he was really getting on that nigga's ass and blocked his shot with that disrespectful ass face. I mean, but we saw all his antics. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to ask each and every single one of you: are you guys taking that shit?
Are we taking it?
The best player on your team. Are you taking that shit? The best player on your team is doing that to you. You know you're not that great. Would you take that shit?
I can't lie.
Maybe
if I know I'm not that good, and he was best player in the league, I can't really cap. And I mean, I would step up to him at the end of the day, be like, bro, you're being disrespectful. But I feel like you also kind of have to respect, shall I say, talent at the same time. Just based off of, if this guy is telling you something, he has been there, has done that, you know he's the best. He shows you week in, week out, and he's telling you to do things he does. So it's different if he wasn't doing these things and he's trying to tell you to do something he's not doing. But he's doing these things and he's just literally telling you, okay, do it. You're not going to do it as well as me, and he's showing you every day. But I think you just try and do it. That type of thing. I mean, I'll step up to him when he gets punching me and shit like that. I'll try and step up to him. But at the end of the day, I feel like when you know you're not that good and you know someone has been there and done that, there's a part of it you can take. I don't say all of it, not all of it. I feel like there's also a line you shouldn't cross.
You crossed it better times, though.
Yeah, and he kept crossing the line. So that's when I'd have been like, but there's an extent you should be able to take just based on who he is and what the fact that he has done it and he's telling you to do what he does. So, yeah.
Olaolu, taking it?
No, I mean, no, just on the principle. But at the same time, I feel like the reason why he did a lot of those things was just because he didn't feel like their work ethics matched up. So, if I feel like if my work ethic doesn't match up, then yeah, I should take it. I should try and I don't want to coast off. I want to be an integral piece in winning, not just, okay, we have the best player and let's coast. So I think that's the reason why he did that. Personally, I actually have nothing. I mean, yeah, in this day and age, of course, it's a dickhead thing to do. But I think his mentality is different. And I think, he just wanted these guys to be on the same work ethic. I think if they weren't playing as well, but they had, that wake up at 6 a.m., train their ass off, that kind of thing, I don't think he'd be bullying them as much. That's just my opinion. So I think that's the reason why, honestly, I don't really have anything against Jordan in terms of that personally.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take it. I mean, if it's obviously for the
I'm not gonna take it.
Olaolu said, obviously for the better of the team. If it's okay, this guy is trying to get me to work on my game, that's fine and all. But it's the manner in which, and I feel like stepping to him once will dead all of that in the future. But if you let him do that, you can't be his whipping boy. I think
Scotty Burrell, that was his name.
You just have to step to you're a man. Come on, step to him. Just say you're not taking it once. I'm sure he didn't. The way he moved to Steve Kerr was different after that incident. So it's
after that one time, man.
I won't let it become an occurrent thing.
Germany, you taking it?
No, it doesn't matter if I'm good or bad in the team. You don't treat your team members like that. No.
Okay. Abiru.
I wouldn't. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't take it. But if
what are normal circumstances?
That I'm not guaranteed to go to the finals every year. If it was that kind of thing.
Because you think of it.
Because
go ahead.
If I do it, get 2 chips, I could just be like, "Aye, fuck you," and then bounce. But if I don't do it and I step up to him and stuff doesn't work out for me, I'm out and I don't have any championships. But I don't think I'll stand for it though.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, if the end doesn't justify them, like
That's
if
what
they
I'm
don't
saying.
go and win the championship, then the next season you're like, nigga, the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? Why are you being improved? So he had to, like, that's why. Okay, this is another question. Jordan's leadership in today's day, because Jordan can't do that leadership. I feel I'm going to start off. I don't believe Jordan can do what he did if he wasn't winning back-to-back championships. If he's not winning that, then you can't really treat people that way. The fact that he was winning back-to-back championships allowed him some leeway to do it, but if that's not there, then you're having a problem because you're just going to wear people out. If you're not going to the finals, you're not going to wear people out. So now the next question is, everyone, does Jordan's way of leadership work in today's game? So if you slap Jordan on, let's say take out Bron from the 2015, 2016 Cavaliers, yeah? And you slap Jordan on that team. And it's Goz laughing. I can't really tell if Goz is laughing.
What? No.
Okay. Slap Jordan on that team, yeah. Oh no, that run, that Cavaliers team, that whole run, if that was MJ in LeBron's shoes with the exact same mentality, his form of leadership, does that work or does that wear everyone down in the modern game? Go ahead, Bola.
Let's go carry.
Man, carry that for that nigga, but go ahead.
Carry. That nigga.
Carry that for that nigga.
He can never work on carry. Oh my days. But I'm trying to imagine Jordan and Kyrie on the same team, and that would actually be a recipe for disaster. Like, they might actually rack every single training session. I don't think it works just based off of, I think players now are more, I don't know the word to use.
Vocal. They speak out. Yeah.
I think they are also aware of their brand. They are aware of their brand.
Yeah, nigga, you're not gonna come at me.
They're all celebrities. These guys all came from top NCAA schools. Like,
I don't think it will work at all.
So I think, yeah.
You guys know the order by now.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think it will work too because all these players, no matter how much of role players they are, the great thing is that when they were in college, when they were in high school, they were the shit.
Nigga.
And they still have that same mentality. They still believe that, like, even though they are averaging 2 points a game, whatever, they still think that they are the shit. So, like, I think it's just going to cause more strife. And I think the media too won't allow for that because a lot of times Jordan was lucky just because, like, all these morning talk shows weren't there. It was just newspaper, man. So things were a bit easier. All these little things, if you notice, all these little things will be a talk of the media, whatever. It's going to cause strife in the locker room and all these things. I don't think it would have helped at all. So I don't think you'll be able to do that.
Yeah, I agree. Social media would have played a bigger role. And someone said Kyrie's not taking that. Like, a lot of these guys aren't going to just be disrespected. And even the other side of, like, it's like some people in this generation are probably more sensitive. So, like, yeah, it just wouldn't fly. It really wouldn't fly, I feel like, right now.
And it's okay to be sensitive, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't work from what everyone said. Carry social media, they carry everything, they make a big thing of nothing, so that shit won't work. That's why he was lucky back then.
Yeah, I agree. It probably won't work. Like, I'm trying to find an example, and I can think of like Jimmy Butler when it was in Minnesota with Cat and Andrew Wiggins. Like, apparently the whole thing was that he was killing them and pushing them too hard. So it's obvious that it's not going to work. You know, like, players, like we said, they're more sensitive and they're more willing to stand up for themselves. So,
yeah, don't limit it to Butler and Wolves. Butler knew where it goes.
Yeah, he's a bit intense.
Yeah, man. But, like, what I'll say is, Olaolu, you made a very good point because the media has changed a lot. So imagine that Steve Kerr thing happening and your morning news the next day, and all you hear is, man, MJ just punched somebody in the damn face. That was going to be a topic for at least 2 weeks. And I'm sure back then, no one found out. It didn't boil over. Yeah.
The
But
news
those kind of stories,
news
it
will
would,
come up.
it will come out this time. This day and time will come out. That's all they'll talk about on TV for 2 weeks.
It'll come
And
out in video
gambling took that nigga. That nigga retired from gambling. If that shit comes out 2 weeks, all he's speaking about it goes to everywhere and they're talking about it. MJ, sincerely, MJ didn't strike me as the kind of guy that could really take media pressure in any way. Everyone thought he was the lovebird of the world, and everybody played into it, and he felt really nice with himself. So I don't know. I'm not the biggest MJ fan, but we'll find out about that later. Okay, so MJ left in the middle of MJ leaving did a great thing for us. He allowed the Nigeria win a championship.
Again.
Shout out to
H-Town. H-Town. So I don't want to ask the question because I don't know. You actually think Hakim wins that shit with MJ? That's one. And the second thing is just MJ win 4 after that third one. Because I give you guys the backstory. After MJ leaves, that season, that 97 season, is when Tim Duncan is drafted to San Antonio Spurs. That's his first season. He wins Rookie of the Year. It's an all-star. And then the next season, him and Dave Robinson go and they win the championship. So now the question is, it's a two-part question. Does MJ win 8 in a row? 1. And does MJ win number 4 in a row? You can agree to one or not agree to the other. You can agree to both. You can go as you like. So people that are talking later, give your thoughts. Bola, hot seat.
I don't know about 8 in a row. I'll come back to that, but I think he would have won number 4 just based off of me personally. I didn't think Bulls were actually that great. That's like, I felt like they were okay, especially without MJ. They were all right. But I feel like the season after, like the second season after MJ left, that's when the real Bulls came out. Because I feel like season after MJ left, they still had that mentality that they could do anything. So that's why they made playoffs, they did well and everything. So the fact that they also had that mentality with MJ in the picture, I think they would have won 4th one. So yeah, 8 in a row. Man, that's a difficult question.
Hey, bro.
That's a difficult question. I think fatigue would have come in. I think he might have still done 6 in a row. I think maybe he could have given him 6. I don't know about 8. Maybe like 6. But yeah.
6 in a row, 6 on the bounce. That's still exceptional. Wow, go ahead.
Yeah, so I don't think he might have won. I don't think he would have won 8 in a row. And it's not necessarily because of MJ, because I think MJ's greatness is like unparalleled. I just think that like, especially what's happened between that 93, end of 93 to that beginning of 96, 3 people left, like Grant, Paxson, Horace Grant, Paxson, and Cartwright left.
Whole team left. Yeah.
Left the Bulls after MJ, and those were key players, and that allowed for Kukoc, Rodman, and
Steve Kerr.
I can't remember, and Steve Kerr to come in, and that was like an integral addition. I don't think Horace Grant, Cartwright, and these guys would have, and Paxson would have left, and I think that have just been an element of fatigue, and I feel like people have just felt like, okay, we can find a way to beat them. Like, I think maybe that super team that come earlier, maybe the super team that come like 10 years earlier, like let's beat the Bulls or something like that. I don't know. Personally, I don't know if the Spurs would have won MJ 99 just because like MJ is MJ, man. Like MJ is MJ. And honestly, that would just be a budding Tim Duncan and the Admiral fighting, going up against the same team, because I think MJ would have been able to find a way to keep all of them together. I don't know I don't know if the Spurs are going to beat them personally. So, yeah, I think it's a no and yes. I think MJ might have won 99 and they would have done 8.
Yeah, I definitely don't think he would have won 8 in a row. Obviously, fatigue is going to play a part, but like Olaolu said, when Horace Grant left, like that team just wasn't good enough to like get a chip. They had to like go and recruit Rodman and a couple other guys. Like they lost key pieces and they had to like not rebuild but just replace them. The void that those players left. So no, I don't think. And I think Horace Grant might have left. I don't think him and MJ were like closest
each other.
best of guys. And what's his name? The owner was cheap as fuck. Like
I'll get to that.
The owner was cheap as fuck. So Horace Grant was probably still going to leave because they weren't going to pay him. So I don't think 8 in a row, definitely not. For the 99 season, they might have. I don't know. I think the Bulls might have beaten. You just never know. It's one of those things. Like we knew all that contract for one more year, and they just might have. Like to be very honest.
No, I don't think they would have. It's not easy to like win 8 in a row, like year in, year out, like playing 73 games, playoffs, like especially I think in the 97 season, like the Jazz took them to 7 games. So like it's not possible to win 8 in a row. So yeah. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think they would have won 8, and I do think they would have beaten the Spurs in '99. 8, like everyone's saying, the fatigue, the mental stress, injuries, people leaving, stuff like that would have played a factor. But the '99, if they had all come back, I think they had a better team than the Spurs anyway, so we'll be able to beat them.
I agree with that. I think they'd have been Spurs. I'm a Spurs fan, but like, what that is the passes. Nobody got an MJ. Bruce Bowen ain't doing that. Okay, so let's get to one of the stars of this dog, Dennis Rodman. So we all know Dennis. We all love Dennis. I believe everybody here learned something new about Dennis. Give me a nod if you did. We all learned something new about Dennis. Was he calm on a lecturer? Was he banging on the halfway court? We learned something new about Dennis Rodman. I didn't even know he was that good. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know he was that good or that integral to the Pistons team. Like, he was actually, that's where he got the name The Worm from. So, like, I learned something new about him. But, like, 2 questions. Is Dennis Rodman the greatest role player ever? So, when I say greatest role player ever, I'm talking, is he a greater role player than Draymond Green? Those kind of role players, people that don't do much, that don't really do much, but they're integral to like loads of teams. That's one question. And the second question is, okay, I don't know. I'll let you guys answer that one. And the second question will cause you guys to have a conversation. So, Bola, go ahead. Did the greatest role player ever?
The problem now is because you've said Draymond Green, that means would you call Bosch a role player?
No.
No.
I think stars. Yeah, all stars. Kind of like.
Okay. Yeah, no, Bosch is star. Because Bosch made the All-Star team a couple of times on his own. That one called Bosch. Yeah, Bosch not a role player. Bosch not a role player.
Why say Rodman's a role player?
Because Dennis was having 0 points, 24 rebounds, 0 assists in 48 minutes. Like, nigga, like your job is just one thing.
I feel like that's the difference between Dennis and Draymond Green. Draymond Green, whether he had the players, whether he didn't have the players, that was what he was going to get. But if, like when Pippen did, Rodman actually stepped up. Rodman was actually giving them points, was doing different things, assists and everything, was actually being the second guy, like the second main guy, and they were actually balling well. So I think Rodman was just a role player based off, I don't think he was a role player at first. I think he was part of the big three. He just had what he was there to do. So he didn't really, my guy just came there to defend, which I don't think I say Rodman and Green. Like, I think that's even disrespectful. Like, what Green is to Golden State and what Rodman was.
Let's go. We're gonna have a conversation. I don't want to say. Okay. Let me just say something. Let me just say something real quick here. See, a role player to me is somebody that you take them out of that situation, and their level of stardom, their level of basketball just drastically drops. Because you think about Rodman did go to the Spurs. Let's not forget that. He went to the Spurs. And he wasn't that good. before he came to the Bulls.
But wasn't
He wasn't that good.
Wasn't
So
the
like,
It was past his best. It was actually past his
huh?
best. I said he
wasn't
was
the right.
But he came to the Bulls and he was doing 24 rebounds.
I'm saying he was
So,
no, his best in Pistons was better than Bulls, but I'll say he was
yeah. His best was in the Pistons. But what I'm trying to say is that you take him out of certain situations, whether it's the Pistons in that, like, because all he had to do was defend. He wasn't even like a king rebounder then. And then he goes to the Bulls and becomes a specialist rebounder. So you take them out of those situations and their level of basketball just dropped, just based on the people around them, just drop it. Bosch you could have taken Bosch to any team in the East, and the girl still going to average 20 points and about 8 or 10 rebounds. That was standard. So when I say role player, I'm talking Draymond Green because I know I've said it on the pod before. If you take Draymond to the Pistons, Anthony that nigga starting. But like that was an extreme take. People were saying it was an extreme take. But like I can still defend it. But go ahead. Olaolu is Dennis Rodman the greatest role player ever.
I still don't agree with your definition of role player. I still think that maybe you can call him like a third string star. I think Rodman is a bona fide star. I think Draymond Green too is a bona fide star. I think Bosch is a bona fide star. Then if you're comparing those guys, then maybe
I'm not calling Bosch. I'm not calling Bosch in this situation. I'm calling Draymond. I'm okay, third star. Let's put it that way.
okay,
Maybe
yeah.
role player makes you think of Steve Kerr.
Role player, exactly.
Steve
Role player
Kerr.
makes me think of Steve Kerr. It doesn't
I'm
make
not
me
talking
think
about
of
Steve Kerr. I'm talking about the best, like the role player. I'm saying like in a specialist team of 3 stars, you have one person whose job is just one thing. Like his job is just one thing. I'm not talking about in a team concept. I'm talking about in a collection of stars. It's that one role player who is just kind of less than everybody.
Focused in.
Draymond.
I mean, I think yeah, maybe it's probably between him and there are other people you can put, but I think maybe just because of the greatness of the Bulls, I'll probably put him. But if you're looking at that just like a deferred third star, there are other people you can name that there. But just because of what he did for the Bulls in that Bulls run, I think I'll put him there. I'll put him.
Okay, what I say is just don't bring not Bosch, not Kevin Love. Like those people are better at basketball.
Like then who you say is only Draymond Green because there's Ray Allen too, or there's like who you say like, or like there's James Worthy because when like Magic Jabbar Worthy was like
but those guys.
So like
those guys
like,
are.
who else?
Who else can I call?
He doesn't score? Is it because he doesn't score?
I can call Manu Ginobili. I can call. I'm thinking through championship teams. Manu was a third star. Manu was 3 All-Stars, maybe the same as Draymond. Couple second NBA teams came off the bench. Wow, why am I blanking on teams right now?
I feel like you only define. I think maybe you're only defining like because like Rodman and Draymond aren't high volume shoot scorers. I think maybe that's why you're defining them as role.
But they play their role to perfection.
But like I think like
I
personally feel like, but I still disagree with you in the sense that like you can't say Rodman when Rodman did it twice. Just not if it's just like that's the only time that he did it in Pistons too. Did it in Bulls. So I don't think that it's not just. I think it's just the right coaching fit and the right organization fit for him. Same for Draymond. I think you're really disrespecting Draymond. Like maybe now Draymond is not as good as what he's meant to be, but in peak Draymond, you can put him in any team and he'll still do as well as he's meant to be because the guy's a defensive beast. So I generally just think that like third All-Star, that's what I'll call it as. And like you have to just be even with it.
Can they be like
All-Star?
Can they be a platform? Can there be a platform in between like star and role player? Like a middle route, like a middle.
There is a platform because
that's
you can't
normal player. That's the platform.
But like,
normal player.
let's think about this. Okay, 4 seasons with the season where Ray Allen was with the Celtics, he was making All-Star teams, right? The season where Bosch was with the Heat was making All-Star teams, right? Kevin Love was making All-Star teams. Rodman wasn't making All-Star teams. He was just the 3rd best player on that team, but he wasn't making All-Star teams. He was maybe first team all defense, but he wasn't making first team all NBA or second team all NBA or third team all NBA. That's what I mean, that there was a level in between the star and Steve Kerr. that platform right there where they're not all-stars. They're not one of the best players in the league. They're one of the best players at what they do. Oh, Abiru, the question is, yeah, we drifted. But is Dennis Rodman the best role player? Olaolu doesn't like the word role player. So is Dennis Rodman the best third star on a team? Olaolu made me convolute this point when I think Bola got the points one time. You understand what I'm saying, right? You understand what I'm saying? Okay. I thought we have an up today, but go ahead, Goz.
I don't think I'm mutually exclusive. I think a role player can be a star. Like a role player is someone who's just very good at a particular skill, and whether that could be rebounding, defending, like, and the team doesn't click as well as doesn't click well without them. Pretty much, I think Rodman is the greatest because of, like, I guess the number of chips he has. For that sole fact, but I think Draymond is definitely right behind him. And I think those two are examples of role players that were good enough to be stars. Like, they were just, I don't know. But definitely, I'd say Rodman is.
I'll give another example, Robert Horry. I think I'll just get to 3. That's 5 chips. J Money.
Are you asking if he's like the best role player on that Bulls team, or like, I actually understand? But if that's what you're asking,
role player of all time. Role player of all time. Like somebody that had one role and just did it.
And just had one job.
Yes, the best.
Yeah, he was like grabbing those rebounds. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Abiru, go ahead.
Yeah, I wouldn't actually call him a role player. I mean, if what we're saying, being having one role and doing it well, he probably did that the best out of anyone. But like I said, I think there's a middle ground between being a star and being a role player, and then players like him.
A lot of calls it normal player.
No, a normal player is a role player. Then there's something about that. And I think people like Rodman, Dre, Kevin Love towards the end could just hang it outside.
Role star.
That's a role star.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Role star. I like that word.
Let's call it role star. I think I'm better with
Let's call it role star. So, okay, role star. Olaolu is better than that. Okay, role star. Okay. All right, so we saw all the antics. I laid it all out. Was it like going off in the middle of the season to go and, I don't know, go to Vegas and just like party? Was it in the middle of the finals going to go and do NWO on WWF? Was it
when he clocks
smashing Carmen Electra? He clocks out. He does his job 9 to 5 and clocks out. Was it smashing Carmen Electra middle of the Bulls, center court of the Bulls facility? The man did it all. But now the question is, think of what this man does as well. Think of how good he is. How good all of you just said he was, yeah? Does he run in the modern game?
No chance. Doesn't matter.
Just not going to give me an answer. Huh? A role star. Even
LeBron can't do that. Talk less of someone that isn't a star. No matter how well you play, can never fly in this era, ever.
Well,
can't happen. Even if it's Braun, just because like we're in the social media era where I think then they could actually separate sports from your personal life. Now your personal life is out there. Like, I mean, they've talked about some stars like what they've done outside, and like they have like a 45 minutes talk show on it, like, and that affects like your bag, that affects like how they pay you, that affects like your people's opinion of you. I just don't think it will work. I think like it might have actually hurt his chances.
I think some of the things he did were like too extreme to fly in like this, like leaving to go to fucking WWE or WWF, just taking days off. But like the personality he was, fashion icon, etc., blah blah blah. I think he would be like a media darling yeah, no, depends on. I think depends on if he was winning. Like, Roman was on a lot of winning teams. Like, if my guy was losing out here and not playing well and was just doing all these things, like I think they might have clowned him. But
Funny that he was now. He did that in the Spurs and kicked him out.
yeah, so I think it just depends on if he's winning. That's how we, I guess, received.
No, it wouldn't work. Like from what everyone said, especially the media, they carry everything, every little thing that they that you do, like they put it out there, and then it also affects the way people see you. So yeah, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, I don't think it would have worked as well. Like everyone said, things would just be too open. Teams wouldn't want to deal with the media with this trouble that he probably brings. But I do agree with Goz that there's an element in which it could actually appeal to people, like his behavior and his character. People can actually be like, oh, let's support this guy and stuff like that. So there's a potential for that, but in general, I don't think it would have flown today.
Okay, I want everyone to keep this one question in their mind. At the end of this year, I'm going to give you your top 10 players all time. So just keep that back on your mind and like create your list. I don't want to bring it up on you guys. Also, I feel these two niggas. So I'm going to go in the other direction now because these two guys are being forced to say as the other guy said. So like we'll switch it up. It's a good chance that everyone get a chance. Okay, there was something that Goz said. So this is a simple question. From watching that doc, yeah, and if you do a bit of research, there was Jerry Cross and there was Jerry Ransom. Yeah. Who do you think? So in the game of sports, there's always the GM and there's always the owner. And we all know that the GM is most of the time the mouthpiece of the owner. So out here, I want to ask everybody now, like, do you feel it was more of Jerry Ransom or do you think it was more of Jerry Cross? So Abiru, you go first.
As to why the Bulls broke up?
As to why Bulls broke up, to why everything was just messed up in that place.
I think more of it was Jerry Krause. Even in the documentaries, you can sort of get a feel that Reinsdorf, if the opportunity was there and if Phil Jackson was going to come back, things would have still worked out. Like he would have been willing to let them go on with the season. But with someone like Krause, he just had I guess he had a vendetta against Phil Jackson. He wanted to show the mind that the organization was responsible for the championships, not necessarily the players. So he just had these little things that I think were more impactful in, them eventually breaking up.
Okay.
What was the question?
The question is it Jerry Reinsdorf? Is it Jerry Reinsdorf? Is it the GM or the owner? So we know the paradox of the GM and the owner, where the GM is the mouthpiece of the owner. So the question is, after watching that doc, and if you just snooped around a little, you know that Jerry Reinsdorf, I'll give you guys the backstory. Jerry Reinsdorf didn't want to pay nobody. He only paid Jordan the last 2 years of his contract. He only paid those $30 million that we saw on Jordan stuff. Those are the only two years that Jordan got market value. Scotty was underpaid. Horace Grant left because he wasn't going to get paid. And there were a lot of people that were not going to get paid. And the reason why they didn't get paid was Jerry Reinsdorf. We know about Jerry Krause's pitfalls, but do you feel it was more Jerry Reinsdorf or more Jerry Krause that messed up the Bulls? Not why they broke up, but just messed them up as they went through.
I think it was Krause, especially from watching it, how he just said that Phil Jackson is not coming back. So obviously, since he put that out there, that just gave them the whole mentality that if he's leaving, I'm leaving. So obviously, yeah, that Jerry Krause.
Goz, you're the one that made me go into this point. So come on.
Yeah, I think it was more of Krause. If he didn't have bad vibes with Phil and not, I guess Pippen didn't like him more, but yeah, but I do believe Reinsdorf definitely let it happen. Like you said, that guy was cheap. So another owner could have been what? What do you mean, Phil? This is Phil's last year. No, my watch. I own the team. So he definitely allowed it happen. because I don't think he was really trying to pay those guys. So more of Kraus, but both of them definitely had a part to play.
Yeah, I think it was definitely Kraus, but Reinsdorf had the part to play, and I think they downplayed that in Doc too. I think Kraus definitely, like, especially in the end, twilight time, like him saying that Phil Jackson, whether we win or not, out. I think that definitely, riled the players and got them really angry. But at the same time, you have to give Kraus the credit. I think that's something that the Dog tried to downplay. Like how he assembled the team.
They didn't do at all.
Yeah, they really downplayed.
How
they
he reassembled as well after
how he
Jordan
assembled in terms of drafting, how he assembled in terms of trades, and how he reassembled when Jordan left. I think that was really undersaid. And at the same time too, especially when like Scotty had his resentment for Kraus in terms of payment, that was more of a Reinsdorf thing, not necessarily that was more of a Reinsdorf thing than a Kraus thing, to be very honest. I just feel like, maybe it was like, all right, Kraus ain't here, so we can just like throw him under the bus in terms of that. But obviously, I think how he handled that like last year was horrible. Maybe he was looking at like, because I see that in the NFL, especially like how the Brady and like, like let's start planning for rebuilding so we can still be a top team and stuff, because these guys are getting old. Like all these guys were in their 30s, but he definitely handle it very horribly. Looking back,
Bola.
I think it was even. I think the only reason why I felt like Kraus was more of a dickhead is because he was a dickhead. So the guy had bad vibes. But the GM's not going to say anything if the owner doesn't sign up on it, to be very honest. Like, nigga wasn't out all these things on his own. Like, it wasn't wilding. Him and stuff had obviously had convos and everything, different stuff. So he definitely okayed all of it. I think it's just because Ransdorf seems like he's more of a likable personality than Kraus. So Kraus is meant to be the bad guy, literally. Like, that's why Kraus is there. Like, the difficult stuff is meant to be the one saying it for Reinsdorf, so it doesn't seem like the owner is the bad guy. So I think just based off of, he had more bad vibes. I think it's both of them, to be honest. They were on it together.
I agree. Jay Riceoff built the whole new stadium based on those niggas' heads, all those championships they won, and still wasn't paying people. So we all know where that's coming from. Everyone, do you think? A very simple question. So I don't expect people to talk too much. Would Jordan's game have translated into modern day era?
Yeah.
Abiru, go.
Yeah, I think so.
Like when I say translated, I mean, would he be the greatest of all? Is he the best? If he comes into this era right now, is he the best player right now?
You might have to give me time.
I'm looking at Olaolu, I can't really tell.
I don't think he would be because, I don't think he would be. Just because of the difference in rule changes and the way the game is played, the kind of shots that are being made, the kind of spacing that's on the floor as well. But he'll still be balling if he can.
But don't the rules changes help him?
Yeah, but it still won't make him better than a lot of the dudes we see today.
I think Harden get like 30 free throws a game though. J-Money, go ahead. Harden get 30 free throws a game.
I just said he won't be the best. I didn't say he won't be balling. He'll still be balling, all-star, all that stuff.
So he'll be better than him, bro.
Bron will be better than him.
KD.
Bron and KD.
You believe Bron will be better than him?
Bron and KD.
Even Bron will be better. Oh, this is. See, yeah.
I see.
I think Bron is a more skilled basketball player.
Yeah, but like at the end of the day, Jordan's putting up 60 points and is averaging 40 a game. Because Harden is averaging 32. We all know Jordan comes to average more than that. So
Jordan,
and he winning.
I trying to keep for Jordan. Which one are you?
Oh, I'm devil's advocate. I'm always devil's advocate. I play whatever side I want.
I just ask. I'm not sure if you're moderating.
No, look.
See, I told you have an up today. Okay, go on.
But cats like KD, cats like Jordan will probably just be like a bit upgraded version of Kawhi in today's game. That's what I think.
What do you mean upgraded version of Kawhi when like Kawhi is
Kawhi
like
is good.
plays like Kawhi plays like him or like
I'm saying like if he was playing today, he'll be better than Kawhi. Like whatever.
oh
Kawhi
okay
now, he'll be like Kawhi but a different level.
Okay, I
But
get
aren't
that.
we
Yeah.
putting Kawhi right behind Bron right now? Like literally literally like that. Like isn't it that close? And if you're telling me a better version of Kawhi, doesn't that take you above those?
Yeah, but it's
A lot
not.
of stuff do your face like one. I think you chewed hot pepper. Don't stay. Your tongue will come.
I think Jordan would be in between Kawhi and Bron. Or, like I don't even know.
It's okay.
I'm still deciding between Bron and KD who's actually well.
Man, niggas' faces are just going AWOL. I can see Bola's face going. J Money, give me your take. Because now I'm getting some heat. No, you don't think he's going to be the best player if you come into the game right now?
No, because rules and everyone's skilled, so...
Why is everybody saying rules? They don't hand check. So he's going to get to the rim easier. He's going to get fouled more. And
will his threes be...
State your opinion because you're holding up movement. Holding up because you're giving us your opinion after everybody talks. State your opinion.
Hit us.
I'm done. God can go.
Wait. Abiru, what I'll say about the three is Jordan was shooting a decent percentage of from the 3-point line in those days. So you can't tell me that if that nigga trained for that shit, he won't be at least a 40, 41, 42% shooter. Which is decent, which is good enough. Okay, not 40. Let's say 38. Let's say 38. Let's say 38, 39.
I think he would have been
good enough. That's good enough.
In Bola, he would have scored a lot of points, but other people are better.
You say that? Wait, he would have been Butler.
Bola.
I'm just gonna go. Oh, Bola. I thought you said Butler.
Guy now.
Okay, to be fair, you already called him Kawhi, so I shouldn't actually. Goz, go ahead.
I think it'll be the best in this generation as well. I don't know. That guy was just so driven. I mean, the rules and everything, but that nigga would have worked on it and been the best. Like, I don't think if he played in a three era, like I don't think he would have probably been pretty good at shooting the rock. So I don't know. I think it would have been the best, man. Just the guy's mentality, like I feel like sets him apart from Bron, KD, Kawhi, and that order. So I would say.
I just want to say right now, I do agree with Goz, and the first person I agree with. So you guys will be able to if you listen, be able to tell which side I'm on. And the person that has been as if I've been trained to gum that is bitter all this time. Go ahead.
I mean, I think like
I wanted to join in on this one.
I think Jordan's mentality. I think Jordan's mentality will be able to adapt in any era. To be very honest with you, he's so driven.
Okay.
I mean, that's why Kobe learned that from him. He's so driven. Like I think it was a 3 points. However, things would be, he would have been able to adapt. But I still don't think he would have been the best personally, just because of external factors. One, because like I think in the 90s, I think people don't say this enough. They really could be able to separate sports from personal life. I think that would have really affected him in this game. I feel like people don't say enough how LeBron just keeps quiet about, especially when they slander LeBron for 10 years, everybody tries to make him not be the best. Or like in the 90s, because of how Jordan pushed the NBA, the 90s was trying to promote Jordan as the rising star and everything. I don't think they'll do that in this era. And I think also, I think players are better in this era than in the 90s. Like, they are way better players. It's more competitive. I don't think Jordan would have had that much of a free ride. I don't think they had much of a free ride. Would have coasted. Especially now where teams intentionally collude to intentionally kind of come together to make super teams. I don't think it would have been that much of a. And then, like, it was just whatever team you get, you take. Like, I don't think that's not how it is now. I mean, clearly, everybody, even though he'll be really good, they'll be like, all right, how do you beat Jordan? Let's combine the second, third, and fourth best player together in one team and beat him.
But that doesn't stop him from being the best player because they did that to LeBron, and LeBron's still the best player in the world. But, like, what I'll say is, okay, you're saying that
set three options.
Players are better now, but players aren't defensively better now. Okay, let me go to one. Players are better now. Players are better defensively. Because let's not forget, the best defensive team last season was the Bucks. They weren't playing hella defense throughout the whole regular season. They were not the best defensive team when it came to playoff time. So if that's the defense is going to be meeting, that's why I likened it to someone like Harden. Someone like Harden is putting up 32 points a game, like without breaking a sweat.
Personally, I think the best defensive team I've seen in the NBA is the Detroit Pistons of 04. And brought play against them and beat them. Scored 48 points of them and dragged Cleveland that had carpenters and farmers to the finals. Like, I'm just saying that, like, you guys gas. I feel like you guys gas, like, I think you guys gas, like, the defense of the 90s compared to how they weren't as good in the offense. But I think the defense now is not as bad as you guys make it seem compared to the 90s. And the offense is way better than the 90s. That's my opinion.
I don't know how you can say that if you I don't want to go back but I don't know how you can say that when people are just putting up higher points now. It's not like you can say that they're better skilled, but like one-on-one defense ain't that great anymore. Because you call a screen and the person is out the way wants to go through that screen and you're straight to the rack. Like what I'm trying to say is that that's why I keep on bringing James Harden. James Harden gets to the rack every time he goes and he gets fouled. And he's shooting free throws. And he goes shoot 30 free throws a game. Like, that does, like, I know maybe the same way you said, the game changed. The refs are more likely to blow their whistle nowadays than they were back then.
But the irony is that, like, they still don't blow their whistle for Bron. Like, okay, the reason why I'm not bringing Bron in this competition because I still say that, like, but the reason why I'm saying that is just because, like, I'm arguing that, like, Jordan won't be the best. He'll probably easily be top 2 or be close and head tight.
But they do blame for Bron. Bron shoots like 18 free throws a game. He just misses. If Bron was scoring his free throws, Bron would be averaging. Okay, but like the thing is, if Bron was a 70-80% free throw shooter, he averages, let's say, 4 or 6 points more per game. And that takes him from where he is right now to another level. We know that already.
Is the argument that Jordan will be the highest in points?
Yeah, is that the argument of being the best player?
But he's like we all know. Okay, we all know that he's going to be a beast on the defensive end, right? We all know he's going to be in competition for defensive player of the year, which what Kawhi had. So if you're going to add defensive player of the year, that kind of caliber defense to somebody that's scoring 35, 36 a game, almost 40. Imagine Harden with Kawhi's defense. 18th best player in the game.
To be fair, okay, you didn't ask me, but I'll just answer.
Oh no, Bola, you're next.
All I'll say is that in the 90s defense was actually better. Like that's a fact. We know, even though guys try in defense when I feel like the 90s was better. But if you actually look back, how did they stop Jordan? By roughing him up. Most of those things he didn't get fouls. Most of the ways we were trying to stop him then, he would have gotten fouls now. And New Jordan specializes in them taking contact, and then he didn't get fouls, but he would still score. Imagine him coming to do that now. Like, bro, I feel like Jordan would eat. And when people tell me he threes and everything, I think I was a decent. He could actually threes. Like, I thought with his mentality, if he actually came and he was actually practicing, I actually agree with Ogen. I think it could have been between 38 to 42. I think that would be where he is every single year. I think he would have actually been a decent three taker. I think, to be fair, I think he would have been the best, but I actually personally think it would be tied to him and LeBron, because LeBron is actually, like, you have to give LeBron his.
You have to give one props.
I think it would be very tight. But I think MD would just edge it. But I think it would be a duel with both of them. Like, literally, you can put 1 and 2 and everything, because you'll be able to compare them and to see how great LeBron is as well. I think you just edge it a bit.
Everybody think they got all their juices out? Olaolu, did you get all your juices out? Did you get all your juices out? Okay. This question is angled towards Olaolu, but I want to hear everyone's take on it, because this would be the last thing I say about the before we get to our top 10s. Do you feel, like Olaolu said early on, I said we'll get to, do we feel that the caliber of team that MJ met in the finals were not? So I have a theory that MJ's real finals were the Eastern Conference Finals and not the finals. because he never went to a Game 7 in the Game 7 in the finals, but he went to Game 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals. So, and we all scream about his 6-0 record. So I just want to know everybody's, not a question, I just want to know everybody's take on the caliber of teams that MJ met in the finals. That's one. And how we feel that translates to his greatness, because we bashed LeBron for losing six finals and winning 3. But MJ was struggling just that he never got to the finals. He was losing in the Eastern Conference Finals. Why do we look down upon that? Why do we just screw that away because it's the Eastern Conference Finals and it's not the finals? When that was the competition from the West, the way the NBA set up, if the West is weak, the West is weak. So LeBron coasted to the East. MJ coasted when he got to the finals. Abiru, go.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't necessarily think that argument should be used to drop. You asked if it should be used to drop MJ's greatness, right?
No, drop his greatness, but
attack it.
put a bit of question mark on the 6. Like put an asterisk beside screaming 6 and 06 and 06 and 0.
No, you can't necessarily.
So we drop other people.
Yeah, you can't do that because I still think relative, because you have to. I think you have to do it relative to the time period that it's in, as opposed to relative to different eras of basketball. So, like, almost every team that he played had 2 All-Stars, 2 Hall of Famers, and stuff like that. So they had the Suns had Charles Barkley.
Some of them only had 1.
That's 2 All-Stars. That's 1 Hall of Famer.
Yes, 2 All-Stars, 1 Hall of Famer.
The
Sonics
has 1 Hall of Famer, 1 Hall of Famer, 2 All-Stars. Same thing.
Only had 1 Hall of Famer.
Portland had 1 Hall of Famer. The Magic had 2. Sorry, Lakers had 2. James Worthy and Magic, and then
in their twilight.
The Jazz.
Jazz had the Hall of Famer.
Huh?
The Stockton in Hall of Famer. Yeah, so they had 2.
Like second in.
I'm not talking about Jazz. I'm talking about Jazz. Jazz had 2.
He's talking about the Lakers, James Worthy, and
it's not like
pass.
I say that to say it's not like they were complete scrubs. Like, these were the best teams in the conference at that time, and he beat them. So it's calm.
Okay. Jones, go ahead. I just want to hear people's opinion on it. It's not a question. It's just an opinion.
I don't know, man. I think I'm in the middle because you have a good point in that. I think it's the fact that LeBron had faced tougher opponents in the finals than Jordan, but like I feel like Jordan faced tougher opponents on the way because, like you said, the East was easy. But I don't know, man. I feel like he still faced some pretty good teams, like that Utah Jazz team, Sonics, Phoenix Suns. Like, I feel like he faced some pretty good teams in the finals. I don't know, but an argument for LeBron, like LeBron faced the Bulls of his era in the finals. So, like, I don't think his record should be used to knock him. Like, he faced Spurs and he faced like the Warriors how many times? So, I don't know.
At the end of the day, the question is one person. We all scream about 6-0. Everybody says the thing we hear in the media: 6-0, no game 7. 6-0, no game 7. Just J Money.
Yeah.
I think the West was just weak, but for you to get to the finals, obviously you need to overcome a challenge. So like that was the Eastern Conference Finals. So I don't know.
You're in the middle? Olaolu chill, Bola talk. Yeah, I know. I have to do that. There's a reason.
To be fair, I think the same way I actually don't knock LeBron's finals because make how many finals in a row is bad. Even if the East was easy, but still keep making finals is mad. Same way I won't really knock MJ's claim that he was playing weak teams. Because at the end of the day, I don't think his teams were that weak. I think he also had a different because the same way I feel like there's three mentalities during the season. There's the regular season mentality, there's playoff mentality, and there's final mentality. So I think when he got to the final, he literally had that mentality that, yeah, we're going to
game.
I've gotten here, there's no way I'm leaving without this. Like, I feel like before then, he was like, oh, okay, yes, he was at this level. And then once he gets to the final, he goes to pick MJ, and, there's nothing that's beating him, literally. That's why I think. But if I don't use LeBron's final record to knock him, because you can tell LeBron is LeBron. But
I like that point. I like that.
LeBron is facing KD, Clay, and Steph. I won't call Draymond. KD, Clay, and Steph together. Like, come on.
The man of the show, the man of the moment. Abiru, I want you to handle this because you're the one with the opposing take on this. So you and Olaolu, go ahead.
Bola's take, like I'm not. What did I say?
No. Don't worry. You're the one that. When I say you're the opposing take, you're the opposing take to what Olaolu is about to say. What Olaolu is about to say is about to be opposite to what everybody I just said. So Olaolu, go ahead.
All right,
yeah, I'm putting you on your timer, by the way.
I mean, I'll be quick, honestly. I think it's clear. I think I'll actually start with the fact that, like, personally, I actually detest when people actually say that 6-0 thing. I think it's rude. I think the idea that, like, especially maybe because of the idea that I'm a Celtics fan and I knew Bird and Magic did. And it's not as if MJ wasn't there when Bird and Magic did that. And he never, ever beat Bird and Magic when they were in their prime. I think that is very understated. I think, went up against Magic in 91. That was Magic's last year. Magic was 32 years old. There was no Jabbar. Was James Ward. James Ward was 1 year old. Like, you can watch that game or whatever. You can watch that series. But, like, I mean, that was an easy coast. I just feel like in terms of competition.
One question. MJ's last game, how old was he?
MJ was in prime prop set now. Magic had AIDS, bro.
What are we talking about?
Oh, facts.
Allow me continue.
He got AIDS. At 32, he was done. I'm sorry. Like, allow to continue.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying
go.
Like, in terms of like competition, I just feel like I don't think, like, when it comes to, like, taking on, like, the best when they're in their prime, I don't think he was able to do that. Maybe he did that with the bad boys when they were trying to go on their fourth one. I guess, yeah, that was commendable. And when you're not going to, like, those 6-0, that 6-0, so, like, people always disregard, like, the time before that. Then when you talk about the 6-0, you talk about people that he played against. Like, in 91, only 2 Hall of Famers. 92, only Drexler. 93, Barkley. Maybe Kevin Johnson. Maybe.
This guy's one list is reading. This guy's a list is
reading
reading
from. I can see.
Yeah, I've done my research. Do you think it's a game? Is it a game?
I love it.
95. No one talks about 95. He lost to the Magic, man. Horace Grant, them boys. 6 games. Okay, fine. That's fine. Maybe he was halfway through the season. Fine. Let's allow that. All right, 96. Supersonics,
allow
man.
it now.
Can be so hard. Like, no more than 2 Hall of Famers. 97 and 98. Yeah, then we can talk about Paxson and can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, 97 and 98. I mean, that Jazz team was formidable, and that was a good one. But at the same time, man, like, there was one game that the Jazz only scored 57. I think I was telling Bola, Jazz only scored 57 points. So that happened in this day and age. In a finals, you pay good money to watch a final and score 57 points for 48 minutes. I beg. Let me just tell you. Let me tell you the reason why. Let me tell you the reason why, like the Bron stuff. And that the thing is that I'm a Celtics fan. I'm meant to hate Bron. Let me tell you the reason Bron's run, it's impressive. Because when Jordan came into the league, Davis and NBA was really that phase of the NBA. when LeBron came to the league, they were like, yeah, we already have a face. But when LeBron entered, they called him the chosen one, and he was always like trying to bring him down. That mentally, like, so for 17 years, this guy has just been battling with ghosts, man. And this guy has done what he's done, faced with a bunch of farmers and fishermen. He dragged them to Spurs. Spurs cleared them. Fine. Who can do that? He faced, in 2015, he faced Curry, them boys, without Kyrie and Kevin Love. Bro, this guy 3-1. Who can come back from 3-1, bro?
No.
I can't lie to you. You guys, that 6-0 thing, I can't lie to you. That thing actually hurts my ears, personally. I don't, because I think LeBron taking so. I think that should be commended. I think that dominance should be something that like people should talk about. I'm not saying 3 and 6. I think that's very rude. That's actually very rude.
So are we going to agree as a community right now that your finals record should not play a part in your greatness?
I mean, it should. It should, but it just depends. And I feel like with LeBron, you can kind of understand. I think it should.
There's context with LeBron because he faced like
context,
one of the greatest teams of all time.
That's why we're not even discarding LeBron, because everyone most people understand the context. Because if it was just
that Mavs final, Sha. That Mavs final.
The Mavs final that fucked LeBron up. Let's not lie.
Look, that's the only one that I'd say like maybe he wasn't the underdog and he should have won.
Yeah, but in every other one, yeah, understandable. Maybe.
And let's not forget D-Wade didn't show up.
Yeah, I think that Mavs finals there's more context to that, but I mean,
those squad like
I guess it's cool for everybody to say that. It's the quick sentence to say that LeBron choked, I guess, but like I think there's more context to that, and I feel like people also disregard like.
What do you say?
So it needs to score like 6 points on, I don't know, one game or one.
Why is this nigga out here? This nigga's cold. This nigga cold. Oh my god, guys. So
guys,
we've been here for a while.
The time is.
Yeah, okay. I'm just going to give you. So before we give our top, just forget it. Yeah, we're going to do a quick like LeBron Jordan thing at the end of this. That'll be we'll cap it up. But like, I also want everybody. Does anybody have any question or anything that they would like to talk about? Go ahead.
So after like LeBron retires, who do you guys think is going to be like the next face of the NBA, or like the next GOAT or whatever they argue about?
I don't think that person is here yet.
I don't think anybody is coming close to them for
a while. It's the same way we took time before we got LeBron after.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's coming close to them for a while.
I think KD. I think we're gonna have a discussion about where KD ranks. But I don't think he'll be up there. But have a discussion about where KD ranks.
I can't like KD if KD wins with Nets, then
we're gonna have to have
discussion. KD. I feel like for KD, it's unfortunate just because like he's in LeBron's.
He's a bastard.
Just the same way. I think just the same way that I think the point is like LeBron era. Just the same way like there are some players that like they could have had a better run if they went in Jordan's era. That's going to be the same thing for KD. So it's going to be hard for him to put.
That's part of the game. Olaolu, that's part of the game.
No, I'm not saying that's not part of the game. I'm just saying that it's unfortunate. Like that's the reason why he's going to rank as high as you rank, personally.
Yeah,
that's captured because we all know KD's story. I'm not talking too much about that.
I think
I'm going to give context now.
I think it might be Giannis.
You think he might be the what?
I don't think Giannis will be able to get to those.
No, I don't think he's going to reach those heights, but definitely like the star of the league for sure. If he gets on, if he starts,
of course.
I mean, if he beats LeBron, sure, because like LeBron is not retiring anytime soon.
What else you guys? Do you guys think because you see how LeBron was the face of the league no matter what, like no matter who the scoring champ was. No matter who, LeBron was just the face of the league. Do you think Giannis can do that?
I don't think he's, like I said, he's not going to do things at LeBron's level, but
because I feel like there are going to be multiple faces of the league very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Like when LeBron fades out, it's going to be like you're gonna have. Okay, I'm just gonna throw out names: Tatum, Trae Young, Doncic, Ja. You're just gonna have guys that just like really. It's going to like be the era where you just read plenty really good players. But it's going to be one person where we just look at that. Okay, that is the face of the NBA. Like when you think of the NBA, I think of that person.
Giannis.
You think Giannis can do that?
I mean, dude,
I
we
have
like,
guns. We have guns.
I feel like he's gonna be on probably the best player in the league for like the next couple of years. I mean, I don't know, like his image and everything is different from LeBron and everything. He's not as cool or whatever. So I don't know if he's gonna be the face, but like I think he's gonna be. When you think of who's the best, who's been running this for a while, I think might be Giannis.
That's the one.
Again, I can't lie, for top 10s, I don't think we can go round. I think everyone just has to agree 1 to 10. So we all have to agree on one list.
I just want to ask, does anybody have anybody else?
If people have Olaolu, sorry, but if more people have votes than the others, then that's what we're going to rank.
Okay, so, but what I'm asking, Olaolu, do you feel, has anybody got in, do you have any more questions? Anybody have anything that they want to bring up that they want us to discuss real quick before we do this top 10, as Bola will call it, a poll top 10? Anybody?
Ogen is asking you guys questions to elongate.
Wait, I have one more question.
Money.
Do you think? Okay, never mind.
No, ask. Go. Ask.
If the NBA comes back, yeah, do you think we're gonna get our fantasy back?
It's because of Giannis.
That's an actual question.
Because this season can't just go like that, like.
Oh, because you're on the run, yeah.
You're saying the way she's saying it, as if she was sure to win. Sorry, you had competitors. I don't get.
Who? The only person I had was in my
Oh no! Don't say that. You lost to me.
Bro, we have similar records. What are you saying?
Let's not count.
I have like.
Why you do your face like that? Go check your app. Go check your app. I beat you on Goz.
This man has forgotten
let's
quickly.
Get that going.
You forgot him very
Nigga just
fast
forget quick.
already.
Nigga forget quick.
How did she say who? Wow, that's very interesting. That's
cool.
Rude. It's rude. Highly rude. Olaolu, do you have any questions that you want to share with the group? Anything, any agenda you want to run real quick?
I mean, that's what we said about Giannis. Like, I think like Giannis could be, but I don't. People are really ready to, as God said, it doesn't have the cold effect in quotes. And I also think like him not being American might actually play. I've heard like, and the reason why I wouldn't think that because like we're in 2020, I've actually heard like a couple of like analysts say that like, oh, you know, Giannis is Greek and blah blah blah. Like they want an American face, blah blah blah. So I'm like, oh shit, I actually didn't know that people are still backwards. But yeah, I think that might also play a factor. That's why they like try and push like. I think that's why people try to also push like all these like. You know, pushing like, even though Tatum is my guy and he's in the Celtics, but pushing like, I mean, Giannis Tatum, you can't do that. But like, they are push like the young American face over like the Greek guy because he's more of a center-looking guy. He's not as cool, I think.
Okay. Guys, any agenda you want to run? Anything? So before we do our top 10,
I have to dip pretty soon, Seth. Nah.
Okay, come on, let's do our top 10. Let's get this out of the way. Do we start from 10? Let's start from 5 now.
Sure. Before we say top 10, let me just quickly say. Sure, wait, I beg Justina, your record was 14-5.
Yo, drop it! I think actually we will say something important.
My record was 13-6.
I guess we'll never know. So if the season comes back, let's hope ESPN gives us back the facts.
Let's continue.
Well, like Betty, god damn. God damn.
That was crazy.
That was funny. I thought you was about to say
something else.
I love this game. Okay. Let's go for a top. Let's say top 5 people. Let's say top 5. So number 5. Come on, let's go.
Of all time,
I have to go first.
Of like people we saw play.
Okay, yeah. Let's keep it.
I think that's hard because I feel like a lot of people's top 10 for me, 5 of my players are people I didn't even see play. I watched them. I want the best for them.
Yeah, we could do anyway.
Okay, so goddamn, like even me that has to start, it's kind of hard. Jesus Christ, you niggas. Can anybody go first? Can anybody give me a 5? If you have a 5,
I can give a 5. So LeBron, KD, Steph Curry, that's what I can think of.
Oh, you mean you stop play? Okay.
Yeah, because I like.
Yeah.
Because I don't get how people base off people that they didn't see play, but
me too.
Does anybody agree with that? By the way, Goz, do you agree with that?
Pardon? With what? Like the 5? Or
yeah,
like,
do you guys agree that? Do you agree 5 should always be people that you saw play?
I mean, I feel like you can have different, like, for this, like, purpose, we can do that. Like, you can, you know what I mean? It's
different.
I think
but in general,
easier off the top that way.
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm going to go, my number 5 is Timmy Duncan. No. Ooh. My number 5 is Shaquille O'Neal. Go on, everybody go. My number 5 is Shaq.
Yes, I can't lie to you, man. I didn't, when you said top 10, top 5, I actually just like looked at holistically in the NBA, man. Whoa.
Just give me guys you've seen play. So I can give you names. I can throw names like you. Tim Duncan.
My number 5,
Kobe.
I think my number 5 will probably be KD or KG, Kevin Garnett. Actually, that's my number 5.
You're joking, right?
What is?
Olaolu, you're joking, right?
If I'm looking at who we saw play, no. If I'm looking at who we saw play, like just like that, like there's bias there too because KG is my favorite.
Obviously, there's massive bias there.
Yeah, can I just do it? Can I just do on a separate? Can I do on a separate like just my top 10 like normally? I beg, please.
Go on.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
You didn't get biased as fuck. I'm just gonna
no,
say.
man, my number 5, like all time, like all through is Larry Bird actually.
Olaolu, we don't have enough time to dive into this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna keep quiet, man. I'm gonna keep quiet. I didn't reason this to you. I'm gonna keep quiet. You guys didn't tell me this now.
No.
You guys said top 10 ever, and then just said that now.
Olaolu, even saying Larry Bird as number 5, like yo, that's a hot take.
No, I don't think so.
Why is that a hot take?
That's not a hot take at all.
Yeah.
To me, that's a hot take.
Wait.
That's a hot take.
How is that a hot take?
That's a hot take.
All-time.
I feel like top 4 should only have like the same players, but like after that, Bird, whether it's Bill Russell, Wilt, Duncan, I feel like you can handle them how you want to.
Who's your top 4? Everybody top. Wait, Abiru, what were you trying to say?
Is it of all time or who? Like so, basically from 2000s onward.
Olaolu saying that he was not prepared for players he saw, so he gave us KG, which.
Yeah, wait, chill. You guys are disrespecting the big ticket, you know.
Olaolu, see, forget big ticket or no big ticket. I didn't get that number 5. I didn't get that with the best PF of his era. What?
It's close now. They both got the Hall of Fame together now. It's close now. Allow them.
Because they entered the same year.
Kevin Garnett
and KG. He said close.
Are we doing it for like players we watched?
That's what I'm asking.
Man, I don't know.
Everybody you organize this thing well. You said of all time before. Now I say players you watch. Like, guys, give us something now.
Let's try and do 5 for the players we watched and like 5 for all time. I don't know if you have enough time for that.
Let's make it cool.
As opposed to like a top 10.
Come on. Okay, it's not a top 10. Do 5 of what you watch and 5 of who you seen.
5 for me would be Durant.
So okay. 5 for me. Oh, 5 for me will be Shaquille O'Neal.
Hi. As for players you watch, to be 5.
Yeah. I can't lie to you.
Yeah.
I got to change my P, man. Number 5 for me is Timmy. My 5 for me is Kevin Durant, for real. My bad, I'm sorry. I just reasoned it now. 5 is KD. That is KD.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
Tough, man.
Who's your 5? Well, you players you watch. Let's our players you watch.
KD.
5 for players.
I believe I'm forgetting somebody that everyone.
Oh, sorry.
I think I'm going to fuck up.
What'd you?
That's not what
Go
you
on.
say.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Who's that put? And like I'm putting that this guy is here based off of bias, and I really liked him, but 5.
Jack number 5.
I mean, guys, you're slandering me for KG, but it's okay now. No worries, calm.
Players you watched, not all
That's the
time.
person that's close to KG.
You guys are slandering me.
If you said KG for players you watched, but you said KG.
That's what I did. I said for players I watched.
Oh my God. People are going to watch this.
That's why
I'm going to laugh. I'm not even going to lie.
You said 5 would have been Larry Bird, but you know.
Exactly. I said 5 for all time Larry Bird.
It does not even matter. Olaolu KG for guys you watch.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Hot take.
Okay.
Hot take.
Calm.
Go. Well, I say I watch Shaq. Yeah, I watch Shaq. So yeah, Shaq's my number 5. Justina, who's your number 5? You're the designer right now.
Kevin Durant.
All right, so we're going with KD at number 5 then. So KD is number 5. Number 4, Olaolu starts.
Number 4 is Shaq.
Fizz. Wow, I felt KD bad. KD bad at Shaq.
Sir, is this list going in like ascending order?
Yeah.
No.
And now 5, 4, 3, 2.
No. Like, are you ranking them? Like, this person over this person? Oh shit! Oh, okay. Oh.
What do you think? We're doing 5 players?
I think we're just doing it random. This is hard.
Yeah, I can't lie to you. We're actually here giving Abiru.
Hello, work.
You how long?
Abiru, Goz, go.
4 for me would be.
Make it 2 parts.
Would be Kobe.
I was going to say Kobe.
4th, Tim Duncan.
4th.
Somebody's frozen.
Ogen, 4.
I'll go with Kobe as well for 4.
So, Olaolu, what did you pick?
Jack.
Wow, my intention. Oh.
Frozen.
Ogen, 4 now.
Oh. I'm the one organizing this, and my intention trash. Am I back?
Yeah, you can hear you, but you can't see you. Just speak.
Yeah, just talk, to be honest. I don't even think I can talk. Anyhow, so for Abiru, did you say who your 4 was?
Tim Duncan was
I feel like everybody says something different.
No, me and Goz had Kobe. Me and Goz had Kobe. So I think we'll just put Kobe at number 4. Finally.
Sorry guys.
We put Kobe 4.
What did he? Okay.
Like the internet's still playing games. You guys moving like a slideshow.
Wow. Okay, who is 3?
Like a slideshow.
Who is number 3 for you guys? My internet's still playing gaming good all day, and then now it decides to act up.
Number 3. 3, I would say Shaq.
My 3 is Timmy D, man.
My 3 is Shaq.
Olaolu, after this, we'll have a conversation. Go on.
Confused.
Shaq.
Tim Duncan at 3 is a problem.
Shaq.
No, it's the fact that.
Who did you say?
Yeah?
Shaq.
Then.
Shaq number 3.
Shaq.
Shaq number 3.
Let's go.
I'm just gonna put Shaq at number 3. So who's your number 2?
Let Justina go first. Justina number 2.
Justina your number 2.
Steph Curry.
Oh. Okay.
Whoever wants to go
That's
after,
crazy, man. You guys aren't slandering Justina the way he slandered me, Sha, bro. It's cool.
You had KG at number 5.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's everything wrong with that. Look at everybody you just named.
Yeah, Bola had Dirk, and you guys didn't slander him. I'm confused.
Because Bola admitted his bias before he said it.
I said that too.
KG,
Did I say that? That's crazy.
You said that after. You said your KG. You said KG, then you said you're biased. I know I'm biased.
That's crazy.
Number 2, Timmy D. Man, I have a lot of questions about niggas top 5. Abiru, you're number 2.
Bean.
Olaolu. Who's your number 2, Abiru?
Puko, yeah.
Yeah, niggas put Kobe.
They won't count.
Yeah, my number 2 is Kobe.
Goz, who's your number 2?
Duncan.
So from this list right now, okay, I'm going to ask. We already know your number 1 here. So now I'm going to start asking niggas questions because we have to finalize this thing quickly. Bron is number 1. From what I can hear, Kobe is number 2, right? Everybody agree Kobe number 2. Agreed. Not your head to agree. I don't know if my wife. We don't agree. Okay. So if people had, let me just tell you, the consensus was KD was number 5. Everybody agreed that. Mm-hmm. Everybody agreed that Shaq was number 3.
Mm-hmm. Shaq was my
now. Shaq was your number 4. Man, okay. The thing is, between Shaq, Kobe, and Tim Duncan, rank.
For me, Shaq, Tim Duncan, and Kobe. But because we had already put Shaq, I said Tim Duncan. But Shaq, Tim Duncan.
So what's your Shaq, Tim Duncan, Kobe?
Yeah.
All right.
Mine is
go on, Abiru.
Oh, go ahead. Mine's
go ahead.
Tim Duncan, Shaq, Kobe.
Abiru.
Kobe, Shaq, Duncan.
Josh.
Shaq, Kobe, Tim Duncan.
Olaolu.
Kobe, Timmy D, Shaq.
That's different variations.
Damn, you niggas actually gave me very different variations. From this, I'm not going to like Kobe gets the most votes at number 1 and still gets the most votes at number 4. Timmy D gets the most votes at number 2, so we say Timmy D is number 2. So I'm just gonna say, we just call it a tie. We just call it a tie. We'll say LeBron and KD, and then the middle is info. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
agreed. Yeah, middle is in flux because I wrote down all of them in acronyms and everybody gave me a different combination. I'll actually that's like it's a bit crazy. Okay, all time, quick time. Let's go, people. All time. Olaolu, you have your list, so please go top 5. I don't want to give Abiru too much work.
LeBron, Jordan, Jabbar, Magic, Bird.
LeBron, Jordan, Jabbar,
Magic, Bird.
Abiru. Yeah,
same thing. Just put Jordan and Braun.
Wow.
Flipping anything. Is it really? Okay, it's good.
Guys, I have to head out right. I have like a pro close league game, so I have to head out right now. But my five,
just give me a top 5 before you go.
My 5: Jordan, Kareem, LeBron, Magic, and Bill Russell. All right, safe guys.
Okay. Safe love. Bola.
Mine is Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Magic, Shaq.
Justina.
LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, Shaq. I don't have a 5 for yeah.
Okay, vibes. Whoever could have no 5 vibes. So I'm just gonna allow bad news, but from this list, Jordan does take number 1 on the Learn the Game podcast top 5. LeBron comes in second, Kareem number 3, and the last 2 are in flux. It could be anybody you like, but we agree that the top 3 players ever in the NBA are LeBron, Jordan, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I think that's pretty good actually. Yeah, I didn't give mine. Mine is Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Kobe, and Magic Johnson. That's mine. So yeah, I think we've had a good last talk cover. Thank you everyone. I think Bola should do the outro. I think Bola's really good at this stuff. So I'll pass it on to Bola now. Go ahead, Bola.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I can see Abiru giving me side eye, like, nigga, make this quick. Thanks, Olaolu. Thanks, Justina. Those are to drop off, but I'll tell Goz thanks as well. So it's cool, and yeah, everyone just stay safe. Yeah, stay safe and positive vibes.
Exactly, especially in the world today.
Yeah. Just stay
Yeah.
safe. Yeah.
To all our brothers, out there that are Black, we love you. We're with you. Please stay safe. If you're going to riot, please take water or take a face mask. The coronavirus is still there. We love you from all the guys at Learn the Game Pod and Justina, Olaolu, and Goz who is in here. Thank you very much for watching, and we hope to give you good content another time. And peace. Abiru, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mom. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Peace.